Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Andrew with All Things Fantasy, and today I'm bringing you my second mock draft video. And it is in this video we're doing a 10-team league, um, standard league. Just a note, like my first video, it was also a standard league, not a PPR. And my strategy that I use is only for standard leagues. Also, something I want to note is that in my last video I talked about like draft position, and I actually made a mistake, and I was thinking that I was in an 8-team draft, and I was actually in a 12-team draft. So I might have made a mistake about where I was drafting. But in this video, I got the number 2 pick. So in all the odd rounds, I'll have the second overall pick, and all the even rounds, I'll have the 9th overall pick. You can see. So I got the 19th pick in the second round. Which, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a really big fan of drafting it really early and not draft really late in the second round. I obviously like to say go right in the middle, but I guess this will be good. Um, good thing for you guys to like kind of see how you should handle drafting really early and then really late. So, the draft just started, and one thing I want to note is that I just made my video of my top 50 rankings, and since it's a 10-team league, my goal is to try to get 5 players from that list. All right, and the first pick was Tony Brown, good pick, and obviously my second overall is Odell, so that's what I'm gonna go with. Um, Actually, my recent drafts, I was getting running backs. Usually, I think my first overall was like it was usually David Johnson, because on my list he's my top running back, and he's really high on my list, but on this list he's pretty low. So I think I think he's such a steal, in the first round when people kind of pass him up. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, Antonio Brown, Odell, and Julio. That's gonna be pretty standard. Like a lot of people are gonna draft players in order, and that's a good and a bad thing. Um, and basically you got to use that to your advantage. That people are gonna usually just draft the best available person. You know, and that's just something to note. Where like if you have like a 6th or 7th pick, I would go with David Johnson definitely over Elliott, and I mean Hopkins is a tough choice. Definitely over Elliott. And even like AP, like obviously I kind of talked about I talked about that in my running back video and other videos. Um, but yeah, I just like David Johnson the best. And also that's another thing to note for Le'Veon Bell. Like you can steal Le'Veon Bell because people aren't going to draft him that he's lower, even though one, his suspension isn't even for sure, and obviously it's scheduled to get cleared up sometime in probably late August, which is going to be right like before the season starts. So who knows like what's going to happen if you know like so he could literally just be he could get his suspension removed right before week 1, and people could already have drafted, and some people might be screwed because of that. So this is kind of like I think he's a solid pick, and I'm definitely picking him as one of my top running backs. And like if I get in a position to where I have a late first round pick and then an early second round pick, I'm definitely trying to get Le'Veon Bell as one of those picks. Definitely. And yeah, since I went wide receiver with my top pick, like I'm kind of leaning towards running back now, just because I know there's a lot of good wide receivers, especially the wide receivers that have like a lot of potential that are really really like ranked really low, and the running backs are not as deep. At least like you know from like my predictions are like there's not too many running backs that are going to post really big numbers this year, so you really got to try to get a good one early. just snag. You need to pick up some solid running backs before they're all gone, and then you get stuck with running backs that are producing just absolutely nothing all season. Because a good running back is valuable. It is valuable. You'll see people. Um, you see teams that have tons of talent with receivers and everybody else on their team, but their running backs are awful, and that's cost them their season. So Le'Veon Bell 113. It's pretty probably was ranked. Lamar Miller went a little early. That's interesting. So I guess with me having the 19th pick, I'm looking somewhere around here. Thomas Rawls, I would definitely be okay with giving Thomas Rawls. Looking at Ingram, I do not like Ingram, and I do not like Lacy, so that's discouraging to see those guys there. If I somehow got Doug Martin, that'd be great. And honestly, I'd definitely take Jamal Charles over Ingram and Lacy. Yeah, honestly, actually, I had Charles ranked pretty high. We'll see. We'll see how this works out. But yeah, I had Charles ranked really high. Doug Martin just went. Person available I still have ranked really high is Brandon Marshall. I have Brandon Marshall ranked 12, and you know, I'm he's such a good player. I'm surprised. I'm surprised he's so low on ESPN's list, and I'm surprised nobody's taken him yet. Yeah, so this is like where I have a big decision. Like, okay, so this is my strategy now that, um, so since I have a pick right next, like right in a couple picks, I'm gonna pick Brandon Marshall, and then hopefully I still have Jamal Charles left, and hopefully this works out for me. But um, now the same guy has two picks, so he might pick up a running back. Hopefully he takes um, Rawls or Lacy because they're ranked higher on them here, even though like on my list Charles is ranked way higher. Um, so I'm hoping to kind of steal Charles right now because this is where you can use the rankings to your advantage. Like personally, like I have Charles ranked way higher, but ESPN doesn't, so that's a good thing for me because now people are going to pick players who I think are way worse, you know, over my guy. So yeah, definitely Charles. What a great pick, and I definitely think So if he's going in early third, I definitely think he's a great early third round steal, Jamal Charles. So who do he picked at Lacey, so now the odds he picks another running back are slim. Good for me. I'm guessing he's gonna pick probably Watkins, Jeffrey, or my Evans. They're all really good. Who would I pick out of those three? I think Jeffrey, but they're all really close though. He picked Jonathan Stewart. Wow, he went down a little bit. Wow, how far was Jonathan Stewart down? Was he 32? That's really interesting. I don't know why he picked Jonathan Stewart right there. But I'm going to take Charles. So that worked out really well for me. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Yeah, so this draft has started off very, very well. I got OBJ and Brandon Marshall, two of the top wide receivers in the league, and I got Jamal Charles. So far, like as far as my rankings go, I got my number 2 overall, my number 12 overall, and my number 14 overall. You know, that's really good. For 3 rounds, like getting two guys in the top 15. Or three guys in the top 15. Sorry, like that's awesome. Like it's definitely, you're definitely winning if that's how your draft is going. So hopefully I can keep it up. Um, obviously I have to wait a while now. Obviously I have to wait a while before my next pick in my 4th round. So we'll see we'll see where we're at when that happens. I think I'm 39 and then 42, so we got a little bit of waiting time. We got 10 picks. So I guess we can kind of like look at it. 39 right now is Doug Baldwin. Yeah, here's what I hate. There's so many people on auto pick right now. Like why don't go to mock drafts and go to auto pick and go to auto draft? Like, you know, show up for your draft. Like, if you're gonna do a mock draft, actually do it. Don't just go in there and then leave, and then it's just annoying. Okay, so now we're coming up really fast here. So again, I'm trying. I guess I need to get another running back soon, and um, yeah, right now Lewis looks really good. Um, I kind of got another 2-for-1 deal, kind of. I guess you can call it. Benjamin seems pretty interesting. Okay, so I think let's look at my rankings really fast here, and yeah, Lewis and Edelman seem to be right there. So we're gonna go Lewis first. Um, and actually, where's Jordan Reed? Is Jordan Reed taken already? Right now, I'm looking at Jarvis Landry. I think that's definitely the right pick. Um, I don't know. The ball was really interesting too. I'd be honestly be okay with either. So Landry just went. So I think I'm gonna go Baldwin. Um, so he took 2 receivers. Maybe I should have taken Edelman. I didn't know like where he needed. So and Lewis was just ranked higher for me. So I went and I really needed a running back. So now I'm gonna go Doug Baldwin. Um, and then yeah, so I guess Jordan Reed got picked. Okay, 30th. I missed that. So I missed Gronk and Jordan Reed, and it's not a bad thing, but obviously that's really what I want to try to get now is a tight end. Probably have to settle for Delaney, but I might actually try to wait and get an Eifert or Kelsey, either or. Actually, I'm gonna take a look at my rankings real fast. Um, okay. Yeah, so pretty much most of the guys that were in my top 50 are drafted. Michael Floyd's still floating out there. Murray's still floating out there. Um, Still some interesting picks. I'm happy with my running backs that I got. Um, I think the strategy now is snag a either running back or wide receiver, and then I'm not sure. Like I have the decision to make of either going. I'm trying to see where my tight end's gonna when I'm gonna be able to draft him, and I they're pretty far down, so I think I'll be able to get him on the next rotation. So I think I'm gonna go. I can either go either like a wide receiver, running back, or wide receiver, quarterback, or running back, quarterback, and um, I'm tempted to for the running back. I want to backup running back. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I think definitely Michael Floyd. Um, like I said, like if you're at the point where like you have your starters full and it's okay if you like load up on wide receivers if they're like the best available at the time um because like you can trade them for running back later. I'm gonna take a really quick not what I wanted to look at. Really quick glance at my rankings, and yeah, I think we're all done as far as that goes. Yeah, like Jonathan Stewart, I had him like way low, and he went how early did he go? Like second, third round? Like he went way early. People are crazy. Like I can't believe it. Like I just don't know why he's ranked so high. Hmm. Um. So he's probably yeah. Oh, and I actually got Drew Brees. Okay, he went quarterback. Now this is interesting because now people are drafting quarterbacks. So now I got the choice of drafting one of these receivers or running backs or Drew Brees, and I think I'm gonna play a little bit safe here, or not Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger. I'm gonna play a little bit safe here and go with Big Ben. Just because there's not a ton of enticing picks right there. I got already four really solid wide receivers. Obviously, I would like Moncrief is interesting, um, but I think it was a good move. Seventh round, get a quarterback. I kind of already had my tight end situation set up. Hopefully, it works out for me um, that one of these guys stays undrafted. Not really looking for draft leaner, but I wouldn't be totally upset if I had to get him. Um, Jay is way down there. Look, I had him in my top 50, right? Like I had Jay at my top 50, and he's 95. He's a huge steal, in this draft, in my opinion. So yeah, definitely. Like I'm gonna try to get him again. So yeah, that should work out perfectly. I'll go. Oh wow, we're actually way like off from that, but that's what I'm gonna try to do. Cause if I wait again, they're probably gonna be taken. I guess it's only 10, but I'm not gonna risk it that much. And I mean, honestly, I don't even like a lot of these players. I mean, I like Kearns, but yeah, I'm gonna go. Okay, actually, wait. Eifert just got drafted, so yeah. I'm not taking my chances. Draft Travis Kelce, and now I guess my decision is, um, actually, I don't know. I maybe he's not ranked 50. I gotta adjust those rankings because now Miami got Arian Foster, who I think I just saw on this list somewhere. I don't really know where he was. Maybe he was drafted. I don't know. Plus they got Arian Foster, and that it's gonna bring down Ajayi's numbers. So that's interesting. That's just something to kind of keep note of. Yes, I think I'm gonna take Hearns here. I think that's definitely a great move. Or I love Diggs too. Um, Actually, I don't know. Diggs is a wide receiver one option now. I mean, him and Treadwell are gonna probably share a lot of, but like, I just think Diggs is a great option. Okay, let's go Stephon Diggs. I think Stephon Diggs is another guy I think it's really underrated. Like over some of the guys like Jones, White, you know. Hearns is pretty respectable. Those were really close. The reason I picked Diggs is because he's like their number one option. Yeah, where was Foster right now? I'm like kind of like losing my mind that I don't know if I missed him or just like I guess he got drafted. Draft starting to move a lot faster now. Okay, well I still don't see him, so I don't know. I don't really know what happened. Okay, so yeah, I still don't have another running back, so I'm kind of looking to pick one up. I think I might take a chance on Derrick Henry. Um, Man, Quan Treadwell is really interesting, but with the fact that I just picked up a Minnesota player, not probably the best idea. So I think I'm gonna go Beckham Green or Green Beckham is actually interesting too. I'm gonna go Willie Snead. I feel like that's just a good choice. And then I'm gonna try to as I said, take Derrick Henry. Um, and then um, it probably wouldn't be. I guess it wouldn't be a terrible move to get LeGarrette Blunt, but having him and Deion Lewis on the same team, it can be kind of counterproductive. Will Fuller is somebody I really like too for the rookies. There's a lot of rookies that I like. Honestly, I'm not huge on Corey Coleman. You can see Treadwell's ranked, above him. I'm not big on Corey Coleman just because he's not Cleveland, and I like Treadwell because look what happened with Diggs last year. I think Treadwell's got a little bit more talent, and you know he's got a great quarterback. So I think that'll be really interesting. Bridgewater and Diggs, had a pretty good connection last year. I think him and Treadwell are gonna, have a similar connection. Yeah, so it's already 11th round. Definitely want to start thinking about stealing my defense. But so far, this draft's going really great. Got my got solid receivers. I got my trying to okay, Derrick Henry. Got solid receivers. Um, really solid running backs. I love my running backs. Got Big Ben, who I thought was, definitely. I think he was he was top five quarterback for me, and yeah, started from my bench. Picked up Travis Kelce, who I thought was a really good pick. Um, I think he was my top five tight end. So yeah, in my opinion, I did really really well. As far as getting a lot of guys at the top of the list, I mean, it's probably partly due to the fact that like this is a mock draft. Some people just don't take it seriously. Some people are on the auto draft and stuff, so it's not crazy competitive. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna try to pick up a defense with after one of these picks. Man, the running back, a lot of enticing running backs here. Also, like, so I'm in the situation where I can either go another wide receiver or a backup QB. Um, Kirk Cousins or Derek Carr probably. Shit. We'll wait on it. I think now I'm gonna go quarterback, and then hopefully, since they're all on auto pick, that's something I kind of note now. Like I told you, I talked about this in my video. Like a lot of people will give up and leave, and then just kind of have everything auto draft for them after like the import, like because they think these rounds aren't important, which they're wrong. These rounds are important. So I think I'm gonna kind of bank on the computer auto drafting them the best available since I mean they're gonna need a defense and a kicker. Um, and some people even a tight end. But since there's still rounds to go, they won't automatically fill those positions right away. So where was I at? Yeah, I was at there. Probably start thinking about Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins. Honestly, it's really close. Um, Tyler Taylor, he's just not as interesting. I'm gonna go Kirk. And feel pretty confident with that. Kirk Cousins is definitely a quarterback I like for like a backup quarterback in the late rounds. Definitely feel good about Kirk Cousins. So yeah, so now, okay, so that's not what I wanted to see. Well, I guess I don't think he was on auto drafts. Oh no, I started no, so I kind of got screwed there. I kind of predicted the computer wrong. The computer started drafting defenses for everybody. I really lost out on all the good defenses there. So that really screwed me. So I probably still would have got Kirk Cousins if I would have drafted defense first. So I kind of got fucked over there. I kind of just predicted the defense wrong, but I still got the Cardinals D, who are honestly I'd ranked pretty high, so I'm not totally upset about that. But that was just a bad move on my part. I kind of just predicted it wrong. I was trying to kind of beat the auto draft system. But it's just something to note. So I guess kind of take note of that. 13th round, the computer, if they're on auto pick, they will start drafting defenses. Yeah, now I'm gonna go straight from defenses and definitely get a top kicker now. But yeah, like everybody's on a pretty much auto draft except for this guy. Yeah, that does kind of bite that I could have got Kirk Cousins, a couple rounds later than when I did. Oh, he took Kowski right there. Damn. I'm gonna go Hauschka. Which I mean, honestly, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I probably should went Graham Gano. I don't know. Vinatieri, like obviously he's a league taker, but like I don't know. I'm going for like the teams that are scoring a ton and have that solid kicker. Okay, so wow, so that one played pretty fast. Darren Sproles, I think is like a sleeper, really pick, and even Starks. So right now, I'm definitely gonna draft Starks or Sproles, and I think it's really interesting the fact that there's some talk about Ryan Matthews and like how much he's going to actually play, and like I think there's injury to even talk about him too. So Sproles could be a guy that sees a lot of playing time because of this. And so I'm going to take Darren Sproles, and hopefully that works out. But also James Starks the same way with the fact that Eddie Lacy, like who knows what Eddie Lacy is going to do this season, and Eddie Lacy's, he's taking a second round pick, and you could literally pick his backup. His backup went undrafted. You could literally pick his backup in the 16th round. Who could start playing a ton and get all the points. But yes, so this draft was a great draft by far. Really great draft. My one mistake obviously was the 13th round. I was predicting that they weren't going to auto draft people's defenses until the 15th and 16th because then they would have to fill them. But I guess actually looks like a lot of people needed defenses and quarterbacks, and they went defenses first. So I guess I really didn't factor in the fact that some people were on auto draft like for a while and they didn't get a quarterback. So the computer auto drafted them quarterbacks. That's what looks like happening. A lot of people quarterbacks or defenses, and then yeah. So that was just my fault for not like recognizing that, and then obviously the computer auto drafted them all kickers in the last round, and I got my kicker. So yes, that was just one mistake. Obviously, I recommended drafting a defense, 12, 13. But obviously, when players are actually there, you're gonna have somebody who's like really aggressive and tries to drive a defense really, really early. And once that train gets started, you don't want to miss out on the action. So, like basically, if you're like me, we're like, that's why it's good to have a middle pick because like if something happens like that, you're gonna get them. You shouldn't miss out too much. But like if you're right here and like somebody decides to draft a defense right after you, then you have to wait. For a lot of people to draft twice before you can draft again, which really, really sucks. So hopefully you're on like the better side of that, where somebody does like here and then you get two chances. But yes, that was my one mistake. Definitely, I could have really flipped these two. Drafted Cardinals D. Yeah, I could have drafted Cardinals D. And then even my kicker 5th, 14th, and then Kirk Cousins 15th, but even really just Cardinals or not even Cardinals, but Seahawks or Panthers or whatever. I mean, honestly, I'm not even upset with Cardinals D. It's still one of my top defenses that I had ranked. I want to say they were 7th on my list. They were 7th on my list, but honestly, they were a defense that really was lighting up at the end of the season, and I honestly not even upset about getting the Cardinals D. Honestly, I do have the Broncos ranked over them, but I think they're going to probably be better than the Broncos this year. So, as far as defensive points goes, so honestly, I'm not even upset with this draft. A huge draft. Like this was really successful. As far as 10-team league goes, this is an ideal draft. Yeah, that was actually really fast too. My last one was a lot longer, or like 40 minutes, but definitely ended a couple minutes ago. So that went really fast. Obviously, a lot of people on auto draft, that's why. But yeah, definitely a great draft. Hopefully that gave you a good idea of things to expect in a 10-team league, and also a good strategy and like a good way to manage your picks when you have an early first round pick and then a late second round, and so on and so forth. Definitely, this was a great way to manage it. And also I really liked. I highlighted a lot of kind of like sleeper steal picks, and I'm gonna try to keep doing that throughout the videos, and hopefully I kind of hit different guys in each video. But they're out there, and take advantage of ESPN's rankings and use that to your advantage of getting guys who you think you rank a lot higher than theirs. and you can kind of steal them in certain rounds. So yeah, so that's been my 10-team league draft. Hopefully this helped and was really informative. Obviously, leave any comments below with any questions about drafts or whatever. And yeah, but yeah, thank you for all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.